dim enough, so what's here for today's video? Accidentally started my Rumble, didn't go live. Set up my YouTube, forgot. God damn you, go live button. Today, as per the schedule, we are going straight to art. Today's gonna be an art stream. I've got two drawings that I'm building up right now. I could see if I want to go back to something old. I don't really want to, in all honesty, so probably won't. But there are two drawings at the moment that I'm working on. So we've got the Gindo one, which I've been working on stream for, so I could just continue with that being, you know, the stream drawing. Just waiting for Chris to work. Give me a second. And then we've got another one which I've recently started working on. Also, all of the thumbnails I've been doing are just me taking my profile picture and just slamming them on something. I'm actually quite pleased with how some of them went out. But let's quickly grab a different camera. I'm just trying to remember this one. Yeah, scene 2. Let me just rename this one. Rename. Drawing display. No, because otherwise it's this. All right. My face is clearly struggling here, so let me turn on the video capture device. You can see me down here. What's up? Sure, really don't have much going on. Let me clear up my desk so I can just start working on this straight away. Move everything about. I've got my cards still in the way from Shadowverse. Let's just oh shit. Try not to damage those while I quickly move that around. I just wanted to move out of the way so that I can put my mic in front of me rather than to the side of me. I have it ordered based. I have them all like ordered around what I see them most connected to. Oh shit, what do I put you? Your blood. Nah, yeah. You've got Heavencraft, Dragoncraft, Divine. No, that's Heavencraft, Humancraft, etc., etc. So I've got them all sorted out based on that. Now, what's this? I need to move this stuff. I like it being here because it's easily accessible, but I've got these like face creams I'm meant to put on at night and in the morning, but I haven't really been putting them on lately. I've been kind of busy. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I've gotten a jolt of energy recently. Just like I have a bit of motivation to just start putting my mind to stuff. If that makes sense. Let me put in my loops real quick. I want to see how they work for me. I'm not planning to listen to any music during this because I can't. Maybe when I eventually do plan to edit all of my art streams into like one big video. If I do like a voiceover or something, just mute it, speed it up. Speed it up. It's not really marking which one's which. Does it say? Nah, it just says the amount it's muted. I don't know which one's meant to be in which one. They're just these like autistic thing for muting noise. So, what do I feel like doing? This Megros I'm getting quite pleased with. I might go over it a little bit just to make some tweaks. This layer's what though? Yeah, unfortunately I did the sand layer on the same layer as the stuff. I'm gonna have to work off with this one. So let's grab some different colors. Blue doesn't really work this way, like in realism. I kind of messed up on that front. I can't lie. Why is that so high? But hopefully we can fix that. Wait, I'm just. This is also not working recently, which is quite frustrating. Oh, that's why it's not working. It's because I've been doing it the wrong way. Just close the whole thing. Just throw the whole thing away. Yeah, I'll basically just chuck all of the videos together. You'll see as my my profile changes as well, and I'll just make it really short. Should be fun. Should be fun. All right. You can just see my my creative process, you know. I need to remove Discord overlay. Hold on, because it's kind of it's just stupid. Hold on. Overlay. I just need to stop for cursor, especially. It's in the way. It's just in the way. I'm streaming. Fuck up my page. Alright, maybe I just remove the overlay in general. Yeah, whatever. I'm not a big fan of overlay, but... Alright, that's fixed now. Not going to happen again. Let me just finish off the tweaks I wanted to make for the Metagross one, and then I'll decide. I'm leaning more towards doing this, because it's kind of a... interesting colour difference. I was trying to be inspired by this Skarmory. Absolutely stunning. I feel like I'd have to, like, physically draw it, though. Let's get that sort of effect. That's not what I wanted. So it's you. It's not the right colour. That. Not this. Yeah, notice how they're not the same. Oh, I was using the rubbing out tool. I'm stupid. So now it's working. How the fuck do I? That's good. I'm not. Sorry, I almost came off as if I was going to complain there. No, I was pleasantly surprised by it. Second. What are you doing here? That's the problem. Got it. What was corruption of this? What the fuck? What? Oh! My eyes were doing that. You know where your eyes don't see certain colours? I just had a moment like that for a second. Look at that. That's sexy already. And then we can just go for some straight, like, white lines. Alright, and then a solid black just to go over there. No, I don't like that. Because no, that implies it's continuing to go out there. You know, we don't want that. Instead, well, okay, so this one's obviously going straight down. So it's directing your eyes that way. This one is going like this. So I want main continuity Peter Parker to have kids. I hate that mentality of, oh, it's never the right time. I want him to just have kids, be happy. All right. That's nice. I like that a lot more, actually, I think. And then, since this is a line right here, I can oh no, I made a mistake. I was gonna continue it just straight off, but that's a bad idea. Instead, we go down like that. But since this area is like this, we grab that color, go down in opacity to about 40. That. I like the way I did that. I kind of want to redo everything now. Okay, I'm sorry. I lied. I have to keep going. It has to be done. The problem is I kind of forgot how to do my own stuff while I was drawing this. That's the problem. And then we basically take the same color scheme we just worked with. This one, because it's like this, we want alright. That's nice. I like it. I like it. You ever get hit suddenly by the fear of death? It just like fucking smashes you across the. I don't know, but I find just occasionally. God. Oh, I really dislike the character of Bakugo. Sorry, it just came to mind. I was just thinking about Spider-Man and all those stories, and it's like, God, I hate, God, I hate that guy. All right, now that we've done some sexification, now we've already got like this. So what if I did this? Make a nice little block there. You know, why don't we just extend it all the way here? The black line, we know it's a continuation, so we can just and then finally we go back here, go to a 40%. Just grab some green here. So I like that a lot more. Now, the problem here is I've kind of gone over the top with some of the shit here, which is a bit problematic for me, in the sense that it's like, now I've got to figure out how to work with that. Yeah, I like it. Awesome. I really like the top of this. I fucked with what was going on here. I didn't really know what I was doing here, but I liked the idea. And then I feel like I messed up the sides. That's the problem I'm finding. So it might be a matter of me just... Hold on, let me make markings for myself because that helped me a lot last time. So if we look at this properly, I need to go back over here and over here and make sure I know what I'm doing then. This needs to be like, I need to think back over the zigzag line. So I do I want those to be the same color still? Here, I want to look back at how I've done it here. So essentially, like that. That's kind of like the lighting style I want. I need to shade this guy. There needs to be some effect from, this guy being there, but I don't know. And yeah, I need to go over here, here, and just shade because I haven't shaded it yet. I also need to go back over here with some like darker colors, maybe there. That's light. So maybe just right underneath here we go for a bit of darkness. This needs to be reshaded. This needs darkness. I'd also like a bit of reflection on this one as well. Like around there, that'd be nice. All right. Basically the plan for this one. So if we just give that a quick save and head back over to Gendo. I'm not cutting this out of that like time skip thing I told you about. If I'm working on Gendo, it's just that we're going to get the same treatment. Right. Grab some of this black. Who knows what kind. Oh, I'm glad this is all going to be in the same color. That's really actually quite helpful. All right. Do I have any? All right. Let's work on this. Be fun. So I'm now hearing noise from downstairs. These loops, I mean, they're pretty good because it's like a faint sound. I'm struggling to overthink myself as well, but that might just be because of my mood. I don't hate. Alright, I'm gonna have to go over this one, I think. I'm gonna do that. This living thing. At the same time, I think what I need is I just need to make a layer of just these sorts of things. That way I can like indicate that there's movement there. Now let's go off this edge because it should be easier. so annoying when I got those big smudges, essentially. The back of the build. You know what might be the problem? I'm at 40, not at 20. All right. Okay. Got our heading there. My hand already aches. I can't lie. This is the problem with this one. It is a lot of just sketch work because I'm drawing as a sketch. Oh goodness. Problem is, there's just not much form for it to work with. Hold on, let's try something. So obviously we know I've got this area, but what is this? What is this streak of stuff? Is it just meant to be that this whole thing is essentially just like that? Is it like this? Is that what I'm going for? I'm a bit lost on what I was trying to go for here. Is it as simple as I have to change this now to this sort of thing? Yeah, because if you look at the light, everything's just going this way, which means... Honestly, this shit doesn't make any sense. Yeah, because either... Okay, hold on. The sun is going like this. There's this in the way. So it should mean that everything here is blocked by the sun. Now, of course, that means that most of it is going to be, so that entire area is going to basically be this. Will continue. Well, maybe no. So all of this area needs to be shaded in, essentially. Oh shit. Okay. In terms of what is here and what should stay here, well, it depends on how the light is treating itself. Now, my light source is here. However, if we do go off the idea that it's still day or something, you know, there's still going to be residual light from the sky. Which means that it's fine to basically keep it so that there's that. But the problem is, that means that all of this needs to be redone like that. And then this whole thing needs to be removed. All right. I think that's the plan. So let's just straight delete the whole layer. Cut it. Yeah. There's... All right. Now we make a new layer, and it's basically just going to be the layer where we redo what we just did. But instead, like this. If you think about it in Marvel, the future should 100% be that there is like a group, basically a massive group of people who have spider powers, all descendant from Peter Parker. Like if you went, you know, let's say 10,000 years into the future, imagine how many people are like going with them. And think about it, it's like it's an advantageous evolution as well. It's not a mutant. Like by a certain point, everyone would know, oh, these spider powers are like natural. They aren't from a mutation. I feel like the future is going to end up being like, what are they called? I forgot what they're called. Oh shit, what are they called? The insurgents? No. Whatever like the new mutants are. I forget what they're called. People like Black Bolt and stuff. I forget their names. But like hold on, sorry, someone's messaging me. Oh no, that's just stocks. Alright, insane. Oh yeah, I'm cooked. That's what it says. I'm getting cooked. Alright, and then we just grab that really nicely there. Oh, no. Alright. So, if we just remove that really quickly. I'm thinking, I've got two options here. Either... Okay, no, let me just duplicate this layer. Okay, so we have two options. Either I fill this up painstakingly line by line, or I just grab the filter. Like, let's just make sure that everything's connected. I just convinced myself, by the way, like while saying that, on what I was going to do. Okay, and we just... Actually, I kind of like this idea. And then I guess we can just have an extension of this be essentially just guess we'll just follow what I was following before and just do as such. Oh, you know what? No, better idea than what I was about to do. Let's just cover the entire thing with lines, and then I can go back over and, you know, manually glue stuff. You seeing what I'm putting down already? This area is also going to get a light buff, I think. So if I just quickly show you kind of what my plan is. Although I could already do this way easier by just zip zapping some stuff. I'm liking what I'm doing. I'm liking it. Alright. In the first place, I've got to like keep going over this just to make sure I don't mess it up. Also, we already wanted it to enter as well. Yeah. Alright, nice. Nice. How many superheroes kids do you think become alcoholics? I feel like the number is both higher than you'd think and lower than you'd think, you know? Like characters you'd expect to become alcoholics just won't. But then characters who you do expect to become alcoholics will. Alright. And then I just saw a fuck up. Because this is on the same layer as the other thing. Oh, God fucking damn it. Yeah, no, I just cooked up. So I can't go any further back than this. Small problem. Well, that was the main problem. So let's go all the way back. Let's figure out how to fix this. All right. First off, this line is the worst. The worst one. So let's just immediately try and remove that. No, I think I've just got to rub all of it out. Yeah, I might have to just I'm gonna have to redo that entire area. That's frustrating, but you win something recent. All right, let's just go into this area, grab it, and then when we go in here, we can just yeah. All right, cool. I have a few things I need to tweak now. Like just go over the lines and stuff, just to make sure they're fine. Otherwise, they're pretty good. All right, let's go for it. All right. Oh goodness. My arm is not going to work by the end of today for drawing reasons. My arm does not work. Alright, now the problem is with the way I did this is well, now I just got to go like this real quick just to make sure I've hit everything. Alright, let's go around making sure all of this stuff is fine as well. Alright. Chill. Big chill. We're in the red. It doesn't look too bad. It looks a bit off. It does look a bit off. I feel like I need to add a grain to it. Like as if I've gone over it with like a colouring pen. I feel like these are the most important things for me right now. I keep on needing to use them. So let's just move them up a bit. Like genuinely, I keep needing them. Mouth. What I just did. Yep. All right. So let's figure it out. How do I do this? do I just grab something like this, make its opacity like 10, make its size massive, and just I have no understanding of whether this is working or not. Alright, let's make it smaller and just nope, terrible. God damn it, I fucking tipped the end of no. Okay, and then we make another layer. So first off, we just grab, no, wrong button. We grab this, and then we go with another, like, we go for 20 opacity one, make so it's not rubbing out. No, that doesn't feel like it worked. It is, okay. Maybe a higher opacity then, like 41. Have I not? I can't really see an effect. That's the problem. Grab it again. So that's more. Alright. I mean, first of all, I feel like just generally, I should be able to do this. Does it look more like what I want? Not really. Okay. Oh, that's the problem, because this is on opacity. This is automatically reducing the opacity. So I've just reduced. That's stupid on my part. Alright. So if I just do that. Just a bit more. That didn't really work. Alright. What if I... Okay, let's reduce this back to like that much. Okay. I think I've gotten it. Funk. If I just bring that to like 90%, that looks perfect. That's exactly what I want now. Alright. Now, Let's go back to this layer, because now I need to improve on this. I can't lie, I bloody well hate mutants in Marvel. Sorry, I just gotta get off my chest. I hate them. I think they're terrible. I think they deserve everything that happens to them, low key. Like, like I actually genuinely think that. Like all the bad things that happen to them in happens to mutants in the MC, the MCU, you know, just Marvel in general. They always deserve it. Every aspect of it, they deserve it. Um, and like in verse, they prove that they deserve it. If that makes sense. Like it's not just me like bitching. It's also they genuinely make it so that you can't help but like agree with the treatment they get. Like for a second you think, oh, maybe these guys are alright. Maybe they're fine. They're not. They never are. They never are. Like, would you not be terrified of these people? Would you not want them locked up? One of them found an indigenous tribe in a different country and made herself their god. Or goddess, I guess, with what's her face? With Storm. I love Storm, but like that automatically, if anyone knows that information, they're kind of like, oh, okay, bit of an ego on this one. We sure that she's fully developed to our country. Like she has actually shown signs of, you know, taking control of people. Why would you not be scared of that? Like, oh, she could do it to this random tribe. Well, we might as well be a random tribe compared to, you know, her power. Could she not attempt to do the same? Now, am I completely aware of the circumstances of that? No. Neither is a random guy researching mutants in actual inverse. So who's to say that that hasn't happened before? I mean, like it's kind of the same with all of them. I mean, the mutants that are telepaths are the worst. Jean Grey made a character gay, like actually mind assaulted him and made him gay because she thought he was gay, some bullshit like that. One time when Jean Grey was like pissed off with Wolverine, she randomly decided to bring Spider-Man into their problem, switching their bodies. You feel? Like, now I am aware that the Ultimate Run, bar Spider-Man, all the other superheroes are assholes, bar Spider-Man. But that doesn't mean that the mutants weren't doing wrong or something. Like, it doesn't mean that they can't be held accountable to that, because in story they are as well. Like, it's not like in the story they were just like left alone or something. It feels a bit weird to do this. I can't lie. Oh, but you know what? Okay, how about this? How about this? Just for my brain. For now, it's just gonna be this. But like, whenever you hear about mutants in like the real world, like whenever you hear about them, you always hear about how there's this random guy who woke up, like that kid woke up and all of a sudden everyone he went near just outright died. I saw something recently on Twitter that someone was talking about mutants and all that, and the mutants had their powers taken away by Wanda at some point. All of them, not like, not just the X-Men. Every single mutant, and it wasn't like they were just taken away. It was like from the beginning of their life, they never even had the X gene. And it's like, you'd think that would have fixed everything, but actually, it's not someone else who came in and fixed it. It was the mutants themselves that, or I think more specifically the X-Men, forced her to change it back, because in the end, it was just like all they cared about was the attention in the end. So I'm just trying to figure something out. They're unlikable. They're not pleasant to be around. Like you never hear an X-Man story where it's like, oh, the mutants today were just very pleasant to be around, and everyone greatly enjoyed their their time with them. That never happens. That literally never happens. Now, on the one hand side, you could say it's because they're prostituted or whatever, but like, even when they're not mutants, like even when they're not being treated like mutants, they're still arseholes. They just it might legit be in their blood, or it's like part of the way that they culturize themselves. I don't know, but like they just aren't pleasant at all. Mutant Jean Grey in the brand new movie. Minor spoilers here if anyone watching in the future. Also, massive cunt. She there's a moment where she literally almost kills some dude. Just a random civilian. Just throws him into oncoming traffic. She sexually assaults Spider-Man by forcing, like, thinks he's kissing MJ, when actually he's kissing her. And it's like, oh God, I hate telepaths so much. And it's like, oh yeah, the reasoning they gave is because she was trying to find her sister, and they just, she was doing anything she could to. I fucked this up, I think. I'm just gonna do the lines and I'm gonna rub out a bunch of shit because it's scientist, man. Yeah, I think I just need to do everything, and then I can start thinking about doing other stuff. But like the reasoning she gave was because she was trying to track down her sister and all this, and this thing called VMAX, which by the way is a massive cop out at the end of the movie. Like I okay, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed Brand New Day. I genuinely did enjoy it, watching it. But it doesn't mean that there weren't errors in the way it was written. Just because I enjoyed something doesn't mean that it's just suddenly bereft of issues. But yeah, in Jean Grey's case, she just straight up murked some dude, sexually assaulted Spider-Man, and you're kind of just meant to gloss over it. And I honestly, when I was watching it, you kind of do, because it's like it's a long movie. It's genuinely just a really long movie, so you can't help. Eventually, you're going to end up skipping over some things in your mind. You're going to lose track of things, but when you look back on it, it's like maybe it was a good thing that they trapped her sister. Like she's just killing random people. When you see their flashback, now don't get me wrong, they're not really like harming anyone, but they're just randomly taking over people's bodies. Now, I don't know, maybe it's different for telepaths because it's just their powers, it's just something they can do. But like, I don't know, to me, taking over someone's mind, it feels like sexual assault. Like, I don't know, I can't view it in a good way. At least that's how I view it. It's like mind control, to me at least, would be basically sexually assaulting someone. Like I'm stronger than a woman. I'm faster. I'm whatever. I have a penis. That doesn't mean I should be, you know, assaulting them. And I view it the same way as with your magical powers that let you control people's minds. Um, oh, goodness. And the thing is, this isn't, again, as I said before, this isn't just something only in the MCU. This is how they act no matter what. Now, I know the mutants will never, ever, 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 ever struggle from this because the whole premise of them was meant to be like a combat against racism. It was meant to show how like out the blue it is and how unnecessary it is and so on and so forth. The problem is, in the Marvel Universe, it's completely understandable to not like mutants. Completely understandable. And it doesn't help that from what I've been hearing, they are basically completely replaceable in verse with those space mutants. I forget what they're called. Not insurgents, huh? Whatever their name is, I'll figure out eventually. So it's like, just ugh. First time they get a country, they fucking genocide everyone around them. They just straight up genocide a country when they're finally given some freedom as well, which is utterly crazy. Yeah, I'm the bad guy for thinking that these guys probably aren't the best people to be around. All right, that's what that's looking like right now. Stream for about an hour. I'm kind of reaching a point in my heart where I don't have the energy to do this. I kind of don't want to continue. So I think now that it's hit 4, I might head off now. I don't know. I'm not really feeling it up right now. I don't feel like touching on Metagross at the moment. I don't feel like doing this. I'll quickly remove that mouth up in the air. Actually, move all that up. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to just decide we're going to leave it there. I'm going to hop off, play some Mistful Hunters soon. The loops have been helpful. I don't know, I've been a bit isolated in my own space, which is great. My computer is also very loud. I've got an Alienware, and it's got industrial grade fans in it, so it's always incredibly loud. It feels very weird to hear my voice after after having it slightly blocked out for so long. You can kind of see where we're going with this. Maybe I'll add a little markup. You know what? Let's do a quick markup. Just get the idea of what we're doing. Maybe I can just compress all of these into one thing. Although, first off, this should be compressed. Merge with that. Oh, we've made a mistake. I've made a mistake, sorry. Merge there, but let me miss. Those shouldn't have been separate in the first place. We've kind of got an idea here. So let's grab this. So let's just ignore the head. The head is irrelevant here. Just grab this entire area. We don't really care what's coming off, obviously. So I kind of don't want to use this rubber. I can't lie. Let's use another one. So first off, we kind of need to remove this area. I'm probably going to go over and do some extra bits and bobs here later down the line. But for now, nothing really in there. There's nothing in here. This area is basically going to be empty. Something along those lines. This is a big fucking fruit. Nothing there. Nothing between the fingers. then I'd say this is also out of the range as well. We'll just go around here. There's nothing really there. This shoulder, there's not going to be much on it at this point. So let's plan this out. I guess we're right in the path of the light. So right here, I want a big, like, bright bit. Right here, right here. This area. Oh yeah, we've also got this extension down here. So this entire area will be very bright. Bam, bam. For the hand, I mean, obviously, right on the side where that bit is, this pinky is probably going to be quite bright. But then we can just stop there. Same with here, honestly. Just get that right. That bit down there. That bit. Bam, 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 bam. You can get like here or something as well. Now, once we get past here, we get into this bright area. I say we just go straight into it with there. Knee. Obviously, that's going to be bright. That's going to be big. And over here as well, there might be a bit of light. Nothing too crazy light-wise on the center. Actually, a lot of this is going to be darkness, I'd say. Going over to this again, I mean, I don't really feel like marking it out with normal methods, so let's just continue with the way I was doing it before. The problem with here is that this entire area should be dark, like this entire area, just because, well, there's going to be a slight bump there. That's what I've got to remember. Also the feet are going to be very dark because they are down there. And this area is going to be very dark because, again, it's behind something. Somewhere in here, I'll have to like manually go through that. Then, yeah, I mean, most of this is self-explanatory. I mean, like here, obviously, there's going to be a block there. With this, I'll just block out the entire thing. Here, basically, right. That's going to be dark. I don't know, like, that should be it. I don't really see anything else that would be dark on, like, this area. Sorry, here. There's nothing really dark there anymore. Maybe something could follow it here. I don't know, I have to see. I also need to go back over, like, here and, like, just here to make sure it's darker, make this darker, that sort of thing. Need to, yeah. Alright, so, that's progress, oh shit. That's progress we've made today. I think I'm going to dip now. Have a lovely night, evening, morning, afternoon. Whatever it is for you, let me readjust. Just in advance. Have just a great time. I'm going to dip now. Ta-ta. See you around.